Could a simple quarter from 1967 be worth over $1.8 million? Sounds too good to be true, right? Well, today we're diving deep into the fascinating world of rare coins and uncovering the truth behind the 1967 no mint mark Washington quarter that has stunned collectors and auction houses alike. Stay tuned till the end because we'll break down exactly what makes a quarter like this so incredibly valuable and how you could tell if you have one sitting in your change jar. The Washington quarter was first introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th birthday of George Washington. Designed by John Flanagan, this quarter replaced the standing Liberty quarter and became a staple in American coinage. Fast forward to 1967, and America was deep in the coinage transition. Silver was being phased out due to rising prices, and the mint was experimenting with materials and minting processes. Now, here's where things get interesting. Between 1965 and 1967, the U.S. Mint intentionally removed all mint marks from coins. Why? To discourage coin hoarding during the transition from silver to clad coins. So, technically, all quarters from 1967 are supposed to have no mint mark. That means a 1967 no mint mark quarter is not automatically rare. Or is it? This is where coin grading and mint errors come into play. That one special 1967 quarter that sold or was rumored to be valued at over $1.8 million wasn't just any quarter. It likely had an extremely rare mint error. Think double die obverse, off-center strike, or an experimental planchet. Combine that with pristine condition, possibly MS-68 or higher, and you have a collector's dream. It's these very specific one-in-a-million characteristics, not just the date and lack of mint mark, that send the value skyrocketing. Coin grading is a huge part of the equation. Graded on a Sheldon scale from 1 to 70, most 1967 quarters in circulation are lucky to hit MS-60, but one that hits MS-68 or higher, that's museum quality. Only a handful exist. Pair that with a rare error, and collectors start throwing around 6 or even 7-figure offers. Here's how to check if you're holding a jackpot in your hand. Check the condition. No scratches, dings, or wear. That's a good start. Look for errors. Double dies, off-center strikes, missing clad layers. These can increase value drastically. Weigh it. A standard quarter weighs 5.67 grams. Heavier or lighter might mean wrong planchet. Consider professional grading. PCGS or NGC certification makes a huge difference in value. And remember, rarity plus error plus pristine condition equals big money. So, did 1967 quarter actually sell for $1.8 million? The truth is, we don't have official public record of that sale. It may be an extreme private transaction or internet lore blown out of proportion. However, we do have sales of rare error 1967 quarters in the thousands and even tens of thousands of dollars. And if one turned up tomorrow in MS-68 with a rare error, the market could absolutely support a $1 million price tag. So there you have it. The truth behind the legendary 1967 no mint mark Washington quarter and its potential $1 million value. It's not just about the date, it's about the details. Check your change, folks. You never know what hidden treasure might be sitting in your pocket. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more deep dives into rare coins, and drop a comment below if you have any interesting finds. 1981 version? Pretty standard. It was minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. But we're focusing on the Philadelphia Mint, designated with a PDOT. In 1981, over 600 million quarters were struck at the Philly Mint. That's a lot. So why would one be worth more than a Lamborghini, a mansion, or even a Picasso painting? 1981 was a transitional period in U.S. coinage. Silver was long gone from quarters, replaced by a copper-nickel clad composition. Inflation was high, and coin production was booming. So, nothing inherently rare about that year, unless there's an error. And in the world of coin collecting, errors mean money. Rumors of a 1981 P quarter selling or being valued at $1.9 million started circulating in collector forums and social media. But where did this come from? Is it real? Let's break this down. No auction house has publicly recorded a 1981 P quarter selling for that price. So if there's a $1.9 million specimen, it's not publicly verified. So what can make a 1981 quarter worth that kind of money? Here's what to look for. Major minting errors like full brockage, double strike, or off-metal errors. Double die obverse, DDO. Rare for 1981, but if it exists, it would be an anomaly worth tens or even hundreds of thousands. Unique provenance or experimental strike. Say it was part of secret trial run. That would be a game changer. Graded MS, 68 plus or above by PCGS or NGC. Extremely rare. Most coins from this era are not in perfect condition. Coin grading is everything when it comes to value. The difference between a $5 coin and a $5,000 coin, one might be graded MS 60 and the other MS 68. Let's look at actual sales. The most expensive 1981 P quarter sold on record, it's graded MS 67 by PCGS and sold for just over $400. Impressive for a modern clad quarter, but not even close to $1.9 million. However, older error coins, like the 1970 S quarter struck on a Canadian silver coin, have sold for over $30,000. So if a similar bizarre minting error were found on a 1981 P, that might be where the million-dollar myth starts to make sense. Pull out your coin stash. Here's what you're looking for in a potentially valuable 1981 P quarter. White heavy checkmark strong strike with no circulation, where white heavy checkmark, no mint mark abnormalities. Look for doubled lettering. White heavy checkmark misaligned dies or offset or strikes. White heavy checkmark reverse details, sharply struck. White heavy checkmark unusual weight. Use a scale. Standard weight is 5.67 grams. White heavy checkmark, get it graded if it looks pristine. And if you find anything weird, don't clean it, don't scratch it. Just get it to a professional numismatist or grading service ASAP. So, is a 1981 P quarter really worth $1.9 million? The answer is probably not, unless you have an undiscovered error that turns the numismatic world on its head. But even regular mint state examples can fetch solid prices for collectors. Moral of the story? Always check your change. That little coin in your pocket might just be a hidden gem. 1987 P Washington quarter. Yes, the one minted in Philadelphia has reportedly been valued at a jaw-dropping $1.6 million. You heard that right. A common-looking coin that could turn your junk drawer into a jackpot. Stay with us as we break down everything you need to know about this potentially priceless piece of pocket change and why it's sending shockwaves through the numismatic world. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell for more rare coin content. The Washington quarter has been a staple of American currency since 1932. In 1987, the U.S. Mint in Philadelphia produced over 582 million Washington quarters. These coins featured the familiar profile of George Washington on the obverse, with the iconic eagle on the reverse. The P Mint mark indicates it was minted in Philadelphia. On the surface, this coin appears totally ordinary. So what makes one of these coins worth over $1 million? Let's dive in. Not all coins are created equal. Numismatists, that's a fancy word for coin collectors, are always on the lookout for coins with errors, rarities, or unique characteristics that set them apart. With the 1987 P Washington quarter, one specimen has sparked massive interest because of a combination of minting errors and pristine condition. This particular coin, the one valued at $1.6 million, is said to have a double die obverse, a misaligned die strike, and is graded in near impossible MS 68 or higher. That's mint state, almost flawless. Imagine a 35-year-old coin that looks like it just rolled off the press yesterday. Grading is everything in the world of coins. The Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, and the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, assign grade from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect coin. Most 1987 P quarters are worth their face value, 25 cents. But get this, a coin with a perfect strike, mirror-like surfaces, and no contact marks, combined with an ultra-rare error, could command an astronomical value at auction. That's exactly what happened with a legendary $1.6 million coin. Now, a quick disclaimer. Only one known coin has fetched that value due to these extremely specific traits. But even lesser quality examples with similar errors could be worth hundreds or thousands of dollars. So how can you spot a valuable 1987 P quarter? Here's what to look for. The P should be clearly stamped. Look for doubling in the letters "In God We Trust" and "Liberty." Misaligned dies can cause the image to appear slightly off-center or show ghosting. Use a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe. No scratches? No discoloration? That's a good sign. A radiant shine, almost like a mirror, indicates a high-grade specimen. If your coin checks even one of these boxes, it might be time to get it professionally graded. Found something promising? Don't just list it on eBay right away. First, get authenticated. Here are the steps. Submit your coin to PCGS or NGC for grading. Attend a coin show and speak to a reputable dealer. Consider listing it through a major auction house like Heritage Auctions or Stackbowers. An expert will verify if you truly have a $1 million gem or just a shiny quarter. The 1987 P isn't the only Washington quarter breaking the bank. Here are a few more worth hunting. 1932 D and 1932 S. Low mintage, high value point 1970 S proof quarter. Known for an overstruck Canadian coin, error point 1999 Georgia quarter with experimental planchet. Can sell for over $10,000. If you love the thrill of the hunt, coin collecting might just be your golden ticket. Coins are tiny time capsules and sometimes treasure chests. The next time you get change back at the store, don't just toss it in a jar. Take a closer look. That 1987 P Washington quarter in your hand? It could be your $1 million miracle. 1995 D Washington quarter could be worth a staggering $1.7 million. Sounds crazy, right? But stay with me, because today we're diving deep into one of the most mysterious and valuable modern coins ever to hit US currency. You may even have one sitting in your change jar right now. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel where we turn pocket change into treasure hunts. If you love coins, collectibles, and the thrill of discovery, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. Let's unlock the secrets behind the 1995 D Washington quarter and why one specific version of it could make you a millionaire. The Washington quarter has been a staple of U.S. currency since 1932. Originally minted to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth, it became the permanent design starting in 1934. But the one we're focusing on today was minted in Denver in 1995, hence the D mint mark. It looks ordinary. It feels ordinary. But sometimes it's what you don't see that matters most. The Denver Mint produced over 1.1 billion Washington quarters in 1995. Yes, you heard that right, billion. So how does one coin from this massive batch become a seven-figure anomaly? In rare cases, minting errors or special varieties slip through. These include double dies, off-center strikes, wrong planchet errors, or dramatic die clashes. It's like winning the lottery of minting mishaps. So let's talk about the legend. In 2021, a coin collector reportedly discovered 1995 D Washington quarter with unusual features. Most notably, an extreme double die reverse combined with a wrong planchet strike. Experts claim it was struck on a 90% silver planchet, left over from proof coinage. Only one such example has ever surfaced. It was authenticated by a top grading service and reportedly sold in a private transaction for an astonishing $1.7 million. That's right, nearly $2 million for a quarter. If you're thinking, how would I know if I have one? Here's what to look for. Should be approximate 6.25 grams, not 5.67 G like standard clad quarters. If it's silver, it won't have a copper-colored stripe. Look for doubling on the eagle's wings and letters sharper than average detail due to leftover proof dies. A jeweler scale and a magnifier are your best friends. Check every 1995 D quarter you get in your change. Yes, even the one in your car's cup holder. If you think you've struck gold or silver, don't rush to sell. First, get it authenticated by PCGS or NGC, the most trusted coin grading companies in the world. They'll verify its authenticity, grade it, and assign it a value that can change your life. Next, contact reputable coin dealers or auction houses. These experts can guide you to the right buyers, because the collector community is always on the hunt for unicorns like this. So what does this tell us? That modern coins, yes, even post-1990s, can carry incredible value under the right conditions. It's not just ancient Roman coins or gold doubloons that change lives. Sometimes, it's a humble quarter from Denver. Always check your change, learn about common errors, use online resources, and coin forums get professional appraisals before selling. The next time you get a quarter back in change, don't just spend it. Inspect it, weigh it, study it, because you never know when you're holding history and maybe a small fortune in the palm of your hand. If you found this fascinating, smash that like button, share this video, and drop a comment if you've ever found a rare coin. Who knows? You might be sitting on $1.7 million. 1997 D Washington quarter dollar. Yes, the one with the Denver mint mark, that reportedly sold for a jaw-dropping $1.9 million. Let's break down what makes this coin so special, how to spot one, and if you could be holding a small fortune without even knowing it. The Washington quarter has been a staple of U.S. currency since 1932, honoring the first president of the United States. In 1997, millions were minted, including at the Denver Mint, indicated by the D mint mark. At first glance, the 1997 D quarter seems totally ordinary. So, how did one coin in this common series allegedly fetch $1.9 million? The story of the $1.9 million quarter exploded online and in collector circles, reportedly due to an extremely rare mint error and possibly even a prototype strike never meant for circulation. What do we mean by that? A prototype or pattern coin is often used for testing designs, and these are never supposed to end up in public hands. If one does, it becomes an anomaly and a gold mine. There are a few major reasons why a coin like this could skyrocket in value. Where the image appears doubled, especially noticeable in the date or lettering. Where part of the coin design is missing due to misalignment. If a quarter was struck on a planchet meant for a dime or foreign coin, it becomes highly collectible. Some experts believe the $1.9 million 1997 D quarter may have come from test die, making it one of a kind. Combine that with a pristine condition, likely MS 67 or higher, and the value skyrockets. Let's be real, not every 1997 D quarter is going to make you a millionaire. In fact, most are only worth face value, 25 cents. But if you find one in perfect condition or with a verified error, it could be worth $20, $100, or even thousands depending on rarity. For example, graded error quarters from the 1990s have sold for anywhere from $500 to $5,000. The $1.9 million figure? Likely a perfect storm of rarity, mystery, and collector demand. So here's what you should do right now if you've got 1997 D quarters at home. Inspect the date, mint mark, and rim. Look for doubling, misalignment, or weird planchet material that a standard quarter should be 5.67 grams. Deviations could mean a wrong planchet. Use a 10x loop to check for micro errors that if you find anything suspicious, send it to a service like PCGS or NGC. Could that everyday quarter in your change jar really be worth nearly $2 million? It's unlikely, but in the wild world of coin collecting, never say never. One thing's for sure, the 1997 D Washington quarter has sparked excitement, and it's always worth taking a second look. 1998 P quarter, the legends, the facts, and whether yours could be hiding a fortune. First, let's lay the groundwork. The 1998 P quarter refers to the Washington quarter minted in Philadelphia, designated by the P mint mark. Over 896 million of these coins were struck in 1998, so at first glance, doesn't sound rare at all. These coins feature George Washington on the obverse, with an eagle on the reverse, the classic design that ended after 1998 to make way for the state quarters program in 1999. So yes, it marks the end of an era. But why the buzz about it being worth $1.6 million? Well, there have been viral stories and even clickbait listings on auction sites claiming that a rare 1998 P quarter fetched a seven-figure sum. Let's be honest, some of these headlines were designed to shock and attract views, but there's a nugget of truth hidden in the hype. We'll get to the bottom of it. But first, let's look at the real reasons a coin like this could ever be that valuable. A coin's value is determined by four main factors: rarity, condition, historical significance, and error type. Some 1998 P quarters have been discovered with rare minting errors, including coins struck on nickel planchets, off-center strikes, and even double die obverse. That's where things get interesting. The highest known sales for 1998 P quarters were for coins with significant minting errors, like a double denomination quarter struck on a dime planchet. These have sold for $1,500 to $5,000 at major auctions. But $1 million price tag? No official auction house like Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers has confirmed such a sale for a 1998 P quarter. That doesn't mean it's impossible, but it likely means it's an exaggerated or misunderstood case. Many YouTube videos and blog articles have used titles like "Rare 1998 P quarter worth millions" to get clicks. Unfortunately, this leads collectors to overvalue ordinary coins. If you're seeing one listed for $1.6 million on eBay, it's probably just a stunt. Professional grading services like PeaceGS or NGC are your best bet to authenticate and appraise your coins. If your 1998 P quarter has no visible error and is in circulated condition, it's most likely worth 25 cents to $1.50 max. But don't lose hope. Always check for errors. Look for doubling in the word Liberty or "In God We Trust" any coin struck off-center strange coloration or planchet weight. And if you spot anything unusual, send it in to be graded. Who knows? You could be the next surprise story in the coin world. So, is the 1998 P quarter really worth $1.6 million? Highly unlikely, but some error coins from that year are worth thousands. Always check your change, and don't fall for the hype without the facts. 2017 P Washington quarter. You might have heard whispers of one being worth $1.8 million. But is it real or just numismatic myth? Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know the full story, what to look for, and whether that pocket change might just make you a millionaire. The 2017 P Washington quarter is part of the Beautiful Quarters program. This one specifically features Effigy Mound's National Monument in Iowa on the reverse side. You know, those mysterious earthworks shaped like animals. But here's what makes it instantly stand out: the P Mint mark. 2017 marked the first time ever that a P Mint mark appeared on a circulating U.S. quarter to commemorate the U.S. Mint's 225th anniversary. That alone makes it special. Now let's talk about the $1.8 million rumor. In 2020, coin forums and social media lit up with claims that a rare version of this quarter, supposedly with an error or anomaly, sold privately for $1.8 million. But here's the thing: no official auction house has confirmed such a sale. No registry, no provenance, and no reliable photos have surfaced. Could it have been a hoax, a misprint, or confusion with a different coin? Possibly. So if a 2017 P quarter really did sell for nearly $2 million, what could justify that price tag? There are only a few reasons a modern coin could be worth that much. Ultra-rare mint error, like a double denomination struck on the wrong planchet, or a dramatic off-center strike. First strike or die variety, if confirmed by a major grading service like PCGS or NGC. Perfect grade MS70 or SP70. But even then, modern coins rarely hit seven figures. Private collector overpayment. Yes, it happens. Sometimes collectors pay way above market value for emotional or historic reasons. Now, let's bring it back to earth. A typical 2017 P Washington quarter in circulated condition is worth, well, just about 25 cents. But, and this is a big but, if you have one in uncirculated condition, or better yet, graded MS67 or above, You're looking at $20 to $200 depending on demand and the auction house. And certain error coins from 2017 have sold for as much as $2,000. These include, want to check your change like a pro? Here's what to look for in your 2017 P quarters. Check for doubling on the date or letters, especially Liberty and In God We Trust. Look closely at the reverse side. Unusual lumps or breaks could be die chips or cuts. Use a jeweler's loop. These details are microscopic. So let's answer the $1.8 million question. Is there really a 2017 P quarter worth that much? According to all available data, probably not. No verified sale, no record, no photographic proof. But that doesn't mean 2017 P quarters aren't worth collecting. Quite the opposite. They're historic, they mark a minting milestone, and certain rare errors can be worth serious cash. So, next time you're about to spend that quarter, take a second look. You might not be holding $1.8 million, but you could be holding something truly valuable and rare. If you enjoyed this video, smash that like button, subscribe for more rare coin deep dives, and drop a comment if you found a 2017 P or any crazy error coin in the wild. See you in the next one, and happy hunting!